Hey guys, and welcome to day 5 of Vlogmas. We're doing well. We've done 5 in a row so far, and none of them have really been vlogs, have they? At least we're doing something. Today I thought I would talk about my experience, seeing as it's Christmas, my experience going to the Warner Brothers studio tour in London, the Harry Potter studio tour, at Christmas for Hogwarts in the Snow. So I've been to the Warner Brothers studio tour 4 times now. Hopefully I can go again next year. I did go during Hogwarts in the Snow. So basically at the Warner Brothers studio tour, seasonally and throughout the year, they release new themes. So in fact they do something for Halloween. I'm trying to think what I've been for. I've been for Hogwarts in the Snow, which is obviously I think November to February, I could be wrong. I've been for a Bludgers and Broomsticks event. I know that they bring the animals in sometimes, and they did a lot for the Philosopher's Stone 20th anniversary, that kind of thing. But one of my favourite trips was this one, when I went during Hogwarts in the Snow, because it was just so magical. As you can see, I went on the 6th of December 2015, and this was actually the last time out of the 4 that I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour. And it was just a really fun weekend. So I went on a coach trip, because it's just easier for me to go to London on a coach trip. I can't remember if it was the first or the second day that we went to the studio tour, but it was an overnight coach trip, and I think it was the first day we went to the studio tour. The second day we went to central London with the museums, we went to Harrods, but anyway, we're talking about the tour today. So unfortunately, my mother had a severe allergic reaction. I went with my mum, and that was my fault because it was from hair dye and I dyed her hair. But she was still, brave enough and cool enough to come to the studio tour with me. So a lot of these photos, my mum looks really weird because her face had all puffed up and she had a really bad allergic reaction, but she's such a trooper for still coming with me. So this is the front of the studio tour. We're just going to flick through some of my photos. This was the Christmas tree. It was huge and I just loved it so much. And then this was another Christmas tree which was in the Great Hall, and if you can see those little witches, there's little witches on it. I'm sorry you can't see it very well. They actually rotated around the tree, which I thought was amazing. And then these are some of my favourite photos because they have food in them. So this is how the Great Hall looks during Christmas at Hogwarts. There was these really cool crackers. I think I got better photos of them. There was gold and silver Christmas crackers with the Hogwarts crests on them. They had this Christmas pudding, which the flames actually worked. I know you can buy these now, the Hogshead decanters, is that what you call them? You couldn't buy them when I went to the tour, and you can see sort of the wreaths and tinsel and all sorts of magical Christmassy stuff. And there's this cake, which is super cool. It's snowmen that rotate around the cake. They do move. They've got a Ravenclaw and a Gryffindor scarf on, and they do ice skate on the cake, which I thought was amazing. The next one again is a Great Hall picture where the woman is talking about some of the costumes and some of the Christmassy bits. And you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there an orange display, which, as you know, I do actually own one of those oranges. It's the weirdest prop you'll ever hear about. Then this was the Goblet of Fire, which was awesome. So this is the first time I'd seen the Goblet of Fire, and they did the demonstration and all of this came down to reveal the Goblet of Fire pretty much like it does in the movies. It was so good. And they did the demonstration of it throwing Harry's name out of the goblet. Although obviously there is movie magic involved for the films, and I actually got to keep the sheet of paper that had Harry's name on it, which was amazing. And this is the Gryffindor common room. Not really that Christmassy in this photo, but you can see the hanging decorations and some other bits. Then this is another close-up shot of the cracker and the oranges, and it's a Slytherin cracker, and just look how cool it is. This is the board on the composers. Obviously, I love the music for Harry Potter, so I had to get a picture of the board. Then we have another Christmas tree. This one is in the Gryffindor common room. Then we have this like spidery type thing, and this was just some decorations for Christmas, again in the Gryffindor common room. Next up, we have this sign. I can't remember where this was from. I think it was on a trunk actually, and it says Lestrange, so I just grabbed a picture of it. Then we have some costumes. So we have Remus Lupin and Severus Snape as the Boggart. This is in the dark arts section, and I think this was the first time I'd seen the dark arts section as well, which is why there's lots of photos of that. But that is the gramophone, is that what it's called? I think that's the one that Lupin used in his lesson, but I think they also had the one that Filch used in Goblet of Fire. And then we have some snow here, because they showed us how they made the snow in the films. And in the background, you can just about see the door for the Chamber of Secrets. This is some ice, some prop ice, and like I said, there was demonstrations on how they made it, and it was called Making Snow and Fire. So this is me and Mum with our hands in fire, and there's me with my hand in. As you can see, I was wearing a Slytherin jumper. Next up, this could have been the first time I saw the Hogwarts Express as well, actually, because we have a few Hogwarts Express photos. Just this piece of information here. And then we have, I think this was the first time I saw the Hogwarts Express. We have the conductor and his outfit, and then we have me in the Hogwarts Express. Oh, I look quite cute there. I don't like the hat though. I look like an idiot in hats. And obviously the Flying Ford Anglia next to me. And then we have some more about the Honeydukes trolley and anything from the trolley days. Then I went to the bathroom because someone gave me a tip and said go to the bathroom, which I thought was pretty weird, but I went anyway. And there was this mural, and I mentioned this in my Warner Brothers studio tour tips. If you don't need the toilet, you typically don't go to a bathroom, but I'd recommend you do go to the bathroom because there is this mural there of Moaning Myrtle and all sorts of bits. This is when Lockhart is with them in Chamber of Secrets, and it was beautiful. And then ignore my mother's face. I'm going to hide it just in case she doesn't want you to see it. But this is me and Mum on the night bus. And like I said, she was an absolute trooper because she was in lots of pain, but she still came with me. And then this is quite funny. Obviously it was Christmas. So I was super excited when we got to the back lot because it was actually snowing. So I was screaming at the top of my voice saying, guys, it's snowing. And then I realised they had a snow machine on. So it wasn't snowing and I was the one that looked like the idiot because it was a snow machine. And then moving on, Mum's sideways in this shot so you can't really tell. This is us outside Godric's Hollow, the Potter's house. And then this, of course, is the gorgeous Hogwarts castle model, which makes me cry every single time I see it. The first time I saw it, I was just so moved. I was in bits. Obviously, they dressed the Hogwarts castle model up for Christmas. And if you don't know, every couple of minutes, I can't remember exactly, the Hogwarts castle model switches from day to night. Obviously, there's nothing about the Forbidden Forest in here because it wasn't there when I went last. I still haven't seen the Forbidden Forest. This was a pretty cool thing. It was basically Harry under his invisibility cloak and how they made the footprints. And it was really, really cool. And then, of course, we have some more wand box photos. There's quite a few in here. J.K. Rowling, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint I've got in here, Emma Watson, and a couple of other people's wand boxes. So that's my photo album. I have a photo album for all 4 times I went to the studio tour, and I think I've shown them before. I also have a professional photo, but obviously I'm not going to show you just out of respect for my mum in case she doesn't want you to see, because her face was pretty bad with this allergic reaction. So that was Vlogmas Day 5, technically not a vlog, but just some of my experiences with the Warner Brothers studio tour. Please let me know if you've been to the tour, number 1, what you thought of it, number 2, and if you've been to the tour particularly during a special event like Hogwarts in the snow. I'd be really interested to know. Hope this video was interesting. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 6. Bye bye.